Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. It's your boy Alex P. King of Sin City, Mr. 702, the GOAT, the CEO, and the voice of Las Vegas, Nevada. And this is King of Vegas Podcast Episode 1. Man, let me tell y'all fucking with the motherfucking brand, bitch. Okay, I can't even talk. Y'all fucking with the rebrand? Oh my god, let me tell y'all. Let me show you guys. We are fucking with the big dogs now. A bitch is multi-fucking cam, bitch. Bitch, they not fucking with me now. No, I'm just fucking with you guys. I'm just really excited to be here with you guys. Episode 1, I'm super excited. Usually I'm gonna have somebody on tech, but today your boy is just on tech. So and with that being said, I'm just gonna probably fuck with the one cam today. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna be everywhere. We gonna be here, there, every fucking where, bitch. This is King of Vegas fucking podcast with Alex fucking P. Bitch, you know I gotta give away some money to celebrate. So make sure you guys stay tuned. I'm gonna go ahead and give away the info of the cash giveaway. I don't know if it's gonna be cash. Maybe it'll be a gift card. You know, I know y'all enjoyed the Amazon gift card. Y'all be enjoying the HBO Max. You know, the Netflixes, all of that. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go ahead and hook you guys up. Go ahead and just stay tuned. But I'm really, really excited to get into it. You guys, King of Vegas fucking podcast. I just want to let y'all know, whatever I can't get through on King of Vegas Radio, we about to skip it over here, okay? And we about to talk the whole hour about something. Today, we are going to talk about my girl, Normani. For those who don't know, okay, well, first off, let me let y'all know what I'm wearing. You know, a bitch ain't that fly. I'm not one of the fashion boys yet. You know, I'm cocky on a budget. But, you know, my grandma got me this Calvin Klein. Cracking, I got this red sweater. Oh, my grandma got me this Calvin Klein. I got this red sweater from the Men's Warehouse. You know, this necklace is from Deja Vu Loft. Shout out to my Romanian Barbie. I miss you. I love you so much, baby. We gotta link it up. You know what I'm saying? Let me get my water. Make me sweat. You know what it is, man. Okay, let me get serious. Because we gotta get serious. We gotta get to talking about my girl Normani, because the streets say that my girl is dropping a debut album, and the streets by me, my girl Normani. She came to the streets and said, yo, she came out. My girl Normani went old school. She came out with the posters and said, bitch. No, she didn't. She went ahead and made a post on Instagram and announced the name of her debut album. The name of her debut album is called Dopamine, and she also just released the name of her debut single 159. Now, before we go ahead and get into that, I feel like we need to go ahead and get into the history of Normani, because for the girls who don't know, the girls that don't know, you're about to know. And shout out to the girls that do know, because you're the girls. You know what I'm saying? Okay, y'all, my bad, because I told y'all that I was on tech alone today. So it's going to be a couple edits for this episode. Look. ASMR. No. Real shit. Shout out to water for keeping a bitch alive. Okay. Straight up. Let's talk about Normani. Okay. So I feel like we got to go back to the beginning of time. Not the beginning of time, but the beginning of Normani's professional time. Just to go ahead and just like... And the reason why I feel like it's important for me to go ahead and tell you guys a little bit about the history of Normani is because it just kind of shows you a debut album alone takes time. It took Normani over a decade. I think like going on 12 years to like really, since her like, and I'm talking 12 years. I'm sure she put in time even before that, but I'm talking 12 years since like we really got to since the name Normani came to the public. It's been about 12 years. For those of you guys who don't know, Normani went ahead and auditioned and got her chance and her shine on season 2 of the US version of The X Factor. The judges that season were Demi Lovato, Britney Spears, L.A. Reid, and Simon Cowell. Now, Normani went ahead and auditioned as a solo artist, and she auditioned singing Chain of Fools by Aretha Franklin. I remember that episode. It was just a small little clip. I don't know if they played her episode or if it was like they played it during a flashback, but I definitely remember that they played it on TV. And you can go ahead and actually check it up on YouTube, I think, like just like the little clip. It's not the whole audition, it's just like a portion of it. But you know, Simon Cowell himself said that he loved Normani. Like from the start, Simon Cowell seen something in her, and he was just right about her. Now, Normani, before I continue, Normani, like, she gives me, like, this presence that, like, a Janet Jackson or, like, a Paula Abdul or, like, a Madonna or, like, a Sierra or, like, a Beyonce. And I'm not comparing her to those artists. I'm just saying, like, the presence of superstardom. Like, those ladies, when they walk in the room, it's, like, all eyes on them. You can't help but, like, even if you don't know them, which, like, you know them, but, like, even if you don't know them, like, you can't help but to know who the hell are they. You want to know more about them. And they just have, like, that superstar X Factor quality. So Normani went ahead. She got the yeses. She went ahead and moved forward to the live rounds. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know if it's like the Hollywood rounds or the live auditions or whatever it is. But she went ahead and moved forward to the weeks. And she did make it pretty far as a solo artist. They ended up deciding, like, before they got to the judges' home, like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and cut you. And I don't know, like, that just, to me, that alone just showed, like, she had something from the start, you know, from her journey of us knowing her. So instead of, like, cutting her, they went ahead and put her in a girl group. And that girl group became, gotta be a little dramatic, that girl group became 1432. Is it 1432 or Lilas? Lilas. And I don't know what Lilas stood for. But anyways, they ended up becoming Fifth Harmony. Fifth fucking Harmony, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you guys don't know who Fifth Harmony is, go ahead and just YouTube them and then come back. Okay, welcome back. Okay, so Fifth Harmony was this girl group that ended up becoming something due to the X Factor. And all of these girls, including Lauren, Camila, Allie or Allison, Lauren, Camila, Allie, Dinah, and Normani. All of them auditioned as solo artists and ended up having to move forward in the journey as a group. So, like, I don't really want to get into all of the shit, but Fifth Harmony ended up becoming really far. They ended up making it to the finals, like the top 3. I believe they finished in number 3. Now, throughout the journey on the X Factor, they were the underdogs. Like, a lot of people, like, every week, people were wondering, like, why are these girls still here? But the thing about Fifth Harmony, and I think this is why I really liked them. I actually voted for them when they were in top 3. I think it was them. What was her name? Carly Rae Sonnenclair, I believe that's her name, and this guy named Jeff. I don't remember his last name, but, like, the other 2 people, like, really didn't make it into the mainstream success. Fifth Harmony did. And the reason why I think they did was because obviously, like, they had an advantage. There was 5 people. Like, there was 5 individuals that, like, could start 5 different fan bases and combined it into one, Fifth Harmony. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I liked Fifth Harmony. I really did. And I think it's because I liked each girl individually. Like, I could really see each girl, like, being a superstar within their own lane. Like, Dinah was, to me, she was the vocalist of the group, the singer. And to me, like, I felt like she never really got a chance to shine off, because around the time to show off her vocals, because around the time, like, when Fifth Harmony popped off, the lighter vocals were really taking over pop radio, and it turned into what today is like the whisper singing, the Billie Eilish, the Olivia Rodriguez. I'm sorry, I don't really know the last name, but I like her album. It's brutal outside. Oh, it's a bad idea, right? Not it's brutal outside. I'm so childish, but I really do like her. I think she can't sing. Like, these girls have vocals, but they just don't use it. And maybe, like, the label tells them, like, this is the lighter vocals are what sells, so go ahead and sing lightly. You know what I mean? I don't know. But Dinah was the singer. Camila ended up being pushed to be, like, the lead singer. I think Lauren and Camila were, like, the co-leads. Normani, they would use her to, like, appeal to, like, the urban, is what the people call it, the urban audience, which really would just be, like, the black audience, the brown audience, the audience in the hood. You know what I mean? Like, they really tried to use her as that. And, like, just go and watch Boss, the lead single Boss from their debut album. you could just really tell what they were trying to use Normani as. You know what I mean? And it's not a bad thing. You know what I mean? Everybody has their part in a group and everybody has to play it. And let me tell y'all, I really believe that each girl played their part well. Let me go ahead and say something about Ali because I don't want to leave nobody out. Ali, she was the oldest in the group. It looked like you would think like the oldest would be the big sister, but it looked like Ali was kind of the little sister of the group. You know what I mean? I don't know if because she was the smallest, but Ali, she has like a great strong voice. You know what I mean? It's very here. It's very present. It's very firm. I always thought that she should do Latin music. I felt like she would have been really, really good at that. But yeah, these 5 girls ended up going really far, and they were like one of the few artists that L.A. Reid and Simon Cowell actually pushed. I don't know if it was them two in charge, but I do know that they were a part of Epic and Psycho, which were, I know that they got signed to Epic and Psycho, which was L.A. Reid and Simon Cowell's label at the time. Okay, so they got signed to the label right after, and like it seemed like immediately they were being pushed. Like, and at that time, they're really like groups were coming back, but it was really just boy groups. It was like One Direction, and at that point, they were really, really like taking. It was like the Justin Bieber era where they were making like Justin Bieber, Austin Mahone, Cody Simpson. Like everybody was just a Justin Bieber copycat. So when One Direction came around, they literally decided to just put like 5 Justin Biebers, like UK version, British version, and put them in a group. And they also came from the X Factor UK. So once One Direction popped off, like boy groups started going off, and then they just decided, okay, let's go ahead and do something with Fifth Harmony. And around that time too, Little Mix was also around. And I remember like it was like, do you like Little Mix or Fifth Harmony? But like you really could like both. And I feel like Little Mix was, let's be honest, like Fifth Harmony was being pushed more, but Little Mix was the superior. Them was the girls. Those are the girls. They were on Publicity Pizzoint, everything that they do. But anyways, back to Fifth Harmony. So Fifth Harmony's being pushed, you know, and it just kind of seemed like throughout the journey, I think they dropped 3 albums in the EP, and two of the albums in the EP was with Camila, and then the last project was without Camila. She ended up going solo, and honestly, it just kind of seemed like none of the girls wanted to be a part of the group. And I understand because they all auditioned to be solo artists. So it was just like, all right, this is just what I got to do. And then obviously everybody, like, it was clear, like, okay, these girls are going to try to go solo. Like, I always got that vibe. Like, they're in contract. Once the contract is up, I always kind of felt like Camila was going to be the first one to go and push off because she was doing solo music. And it just seemed like, I don't know if it was the label pushing her or Camila herself. I'm not trying to start drama or nothing, but it just seemed like Camila was being pushed. I don't know if Camila was like, you know what, let me go ahead and do something for myself, or if it was the label trying to push her. But she was really being pushed, and she was the lead singer anyway, so usually the lead singer is always like being pushed to go solo first, or at least like drop a solo project first. But I feel like, and I'm not just saying this, but like, you could always tell like there was just something very special about Normani. But at the time, it was this was the early 2012, the early 2010s, 2012, right? When the group started until like 2000, I don't know, 17 or 18, around that time. So they were there for a handful of years. And throughout those handful of years, it was still kind of like okay in media, in the business, to like discriminate people in front of their face and play with them. And like, we were just programmed to be like, okay, this is just the business. You know what I mean? And they would definitely play with my girl Normani a lot. Like, you go back and like look at YouTube videos, there would be times where like they would perform and everybody would have a spotlight but Normani, or like everybody's mic on but not Normani's, or like Normani would be in the back, or like it just kind of seemed like they wasn't trying to like really pay too much attention to the black girl, to the dark skinned girl. Because I'm sure if Normani was, you know, a lighter skin, a lighter complexion, they definitely would have done something with her. You know what I mean? There's no denying her talent. But during the time when she was in the girl group, it was still like color, darker tones just weren't celebrated. They just really, really weren't like how they are today. Anyways. Oh, how much time we got? Oh, we got time. Okay. So fast forward, Fifth Harmony breaks up. Now, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. I am not going to sit here and lie to you guys. Fifth Harmony lasted a lot longer than I thought they would. I thought that they were going to maybe do like one album. I knew Camila was gonna leave. Camila was gonna leave first, so I thought maybe one album, another album without Camila, and then gone. But they got 2 out of her. But I just felt like I just knew that they weren't gonna do more than like the albums that they did, like 2 or 3. And honestly, it's disappointing because like they were definitely evolving as a group. Like even when Camila left, I feel like they really, really were like, all right, y'all, we really, really got to get it together. We really, really got to show them what we all can do. And that last era was really underrated. But because the lead vocalist left, it really like, you really, really got to know the other girls more and like really got to see what the hell that they can do. And I feel like I really, really did like their third album a lot better than their first 2. I really, really did. I felt like maybe it was just the maturity because they were kind of more of grown women instead of like being pushed as the teen group. You know what I mean? But when the girl group, Fifth Harmony broke up, and didn't nobody care. Didn't nobody really care besides me. Sorry, y'all, I'm drinking water. And throughout the whole journey, like, it just wasn't serious. It was so unserious. But anyways, so Normani decides to go ahead and take a shot at the solo scene. So she went ahead and started off on a series of guest features. She did Love Lies with Khalid, Dancing with the Stranger with Sam Smith, and, you know, just so many other collaborations. She also went ahead and released her own songs, one called Motivation, another song Waves featuring Black. Is it Black or 6 Black? I think he said it's just the 6 is supposed to be a B, just like how the 3 in Alex P is silent. But yeah, she went ahead and did a whole bunch of music. I feel like the thing that really, really like shine Normani as a solo artist was her performance at the Billboard Music Awards when her and Khalid performed Love Lies. After that, people were like, oh my goodness, Normani, you know what I mean? But the thing about it was like, everybody, like, if you were really a Fifth Harmony fan, like, it really wasn't a surprise that Normani was like the shit, you know what I mean? Because like she's just so talented, she just like never got time to shine because she's the black girl. Like we all knew that. Like especially at the time, like you just didn't say it, but we all knew that. And I don't know, just the Billboard Awards when she performed. After that, everything kind of just like the anticipation that we had for her to release the solo project just really skyrocketed. And I don't know. I feel like from there, she was doing pretty good until she wasn't. So Normani started releasing solo music in 2018, and it's 2024 and we still don't have a debut album from her. I know that she just released the title of her debut album and the art cover for Dopamine. But the thing about Normani though, like we don't know if the album will even come out. And I don't know. Nobody knows if it's Normani's fault or not. But I do want to say a couple of things. Allegedly, I don't know if this is true or not because I really don't get into people's business like that. But I got to start kind of doing so if I'm going to start doing these videos. But allegedly, Normani's mother and father both were diagnosed with cancer. And supposedly after Wildside, I think that's when it happened. I think one parent had one before and she was just trying to help maintain that and just be there for her parent. Now, I don't know if this is the facts. Somebody go ahead and check it out. But I know that after Wildside, allegedly it was being said all over the internet that both her parents caught cancer. And if that's the case, then I feel like, you know, fuck the music scene, fuck the industry. I gotta be there for my folks. And I totally understand if that's what Normani did. And a lot of people have been really just down her throat. And I get it, it's a compliment because we really, really, really want Normani to win because like it would just like really break the door down for so many other black girls to be able to like shine. And when I say black girls, I mean brown skin and dark skinned black women, you know, because we do see, I'm not going to say names because I know that people are going to like maybe be offended or maybe the artists themselves will be offended because there's this thing about not being black enough or not being enough for whatever culture you are. Like even in the Hispanic Latino community, like if you're not my color there and you're white, Hispanic, you look white, we will tell you like you just white, you know what I mean? And from, you know, my point of view, just looking, it seems like that goes on in the black community as well. There's a lot of colorism that goes on, and especially from the world. just from America, white America, like, they just make it seem like the lighter the person, the better the person, which that's not true the fuck at all. And I'm glad that we're like really getting rid of that bullshit ass narrative, you know, here in 2024. We still got a long way to go though. But the thing about it, like, Normani would be like I see that we have Victoria Monet and she's doing it, but like to have someone like Normani to be like along on that ride as well would be so amazing, because like for so long, like I said, as like a fan of Fifth Harmony, like I just really wanted her to shine, her and Dinah. I really wanted them to shine, and because like I just seen what they could do, the potential that they had. And I feel like all the girls in Fifth Harmony, honestly, like, I'm not just saying this, but like I feel like they all could be like these big mega superstars in their own lane, in their own right, you know what I mean? So, but Normani, it's just something about her. She just like gives me something. Like, I feel like she's going to be one of those artists. If she just gets that shine and gets that ball truly going, she would be one of those artists selling out arenas and selling out stadiums and doing hit movies and maybe have her own TV show. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm just like stretching a little too far up. But like, I really see that in her. I really see her being like one of the megastars of today, like a Doja Cat or a Dua Lipa. Like, I really see her being up there with one of those girls. And for her to finally like be in a space for her where she's going to drop an album is just truly incredible. Now, I want to go ahead. We don't know too much about what's going on with the album or when it's coming out. We just have the art cover, we have the name, and we have the name of the lead single. It's called 159. Now, they say that Gunna's going to be a guest feature artist on the song. I don't really see how that works. But like, I don't know, like, remember when Tim McGraw and Nelly did that song together? Baby, it worked out over and over again. Baby, that's my song. And it worked out. It's a classic. So, you know, I don't know. You just kind of have to give it a chance. And I'm really excited to kind of see how that sounds. Maybe he might not be on it, but they're just saying supposedly, allegedly he is because he reposted the song. But he could have just been supporting. But also she reposted that repost specifically. You know what I mean? So we just got to kind of wait and see. All I have to say, because we don't know too much about 159, I just hope that the song is not 1 minute and 59 seconds. I know that there is this big trend of songs being short, but I kind of figured out why. Being in the streaming era, nobody's buying songs, right? We're kind of going based off streams. Nobody's really wanting to stream a 5-minute song, honestly. If the song is like 5 minutes, you might stream it once, twice, 3 times. Maybe back in the day, baby, we'd be playing CDs all day, every day. You know what I mean? But like, this is not just that era. Like, it's the era of a hit. We're not really relying on the album unless you're like a SZA, a Taylor Swift, like an album artist. There's not really too many album artists nowadays. But I just think, and I know that artists are dropping shorter songs. That way the streams can go up. And by that meaning, when you hear something and you want more of it and you wish there was more of it and you can't do nothing but replay the song, that's exactly what you're going to do. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people are dropping songs literally 2 minutes and 12 seconds and under. Literally. And it's just because, like, okay, let's play it again and again and again and again and again and again, and we want more. And that's usually like the debut single nowadays. Like, the debut songs are like 2 minutes and 30 seconds and less, you know. And then later on, obviously, as we go on, the songs do get longer. But I really do hope that 159 has 3 verses, a bridge, and 4 hooks, and the last hook needs to be a dramatic one with ad-libs and high notes and whistle notes and all of that. Normani can go ahead and do it. I know a lot of people don't claim that she's the best vocalist, but I think Normani has a really, really good voice. I know that she definitely tries to stick to dancing and entertaining, and she goes ahead and usually performs with the pre-record, but I really, really, really want to see Normani do some live vocals, maybe some acoustic sets of the song. I remember her in Fifth Harmony used to do a lot of acoustic covers back in the day, so maybe she'll go ahead and bring that back. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like that's all I really can say about it. I'm really, really excited about Normani dropping the album. I've been waiting for her to drop some music for so long. She's such an incredible artist. I mean, Wildside was like a home run, and I felt like that would have been the perfect time to drop an album. But if everything that allegedly was going on in her life was truly going on, then I totally understand. What do you guys think? Go ahead and let me know in the comments. Make sure you guys comment, rate, subscribe. We're right here on YouTube. We're gonna have a lot more episodes. This is not the permanent background, baby. This is just for today's episode until the tech god comes. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a really nicer, prettier background, I promise. But I just was excited, and I need to go ahead and get this little pilot going. You know what I'm saying? Ha! Shout out to everybody tuned in today. We will be up on all your favorite podcasting networks, streaming places, whatever you want to call it, later on. This is your boy Alex P, King of Sin City, Mr. 702. Make sure you guys follow me on all your favorite streaming platforms at Mr. King of Sin City, and follow us at King of Vegas Podcast. I'm super, super excited for this journey. And the $200. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram, King of Vegas Podcast. And I'm going to go ahead and announce when the $200 is going to be announced. I know that I said I was going to announce it here on the show, but I don't have much time now. So make sure you guys stay tuned, and we shall be back. King of Vegas Podcast, episode 1. Thank you for tuning in.